You know what? He knows what he's doing.
I'm Nicky and this is Michael. We're here and we've been playing Dark Souls today.
Yep. Yeah. Hello, all none of you.
Oh boy.
We're starting with Dark Souls, which, with my gameplay skills, is not a great place to start. But, you know, the Doom streamer starts right away.
Of course. So what do we want to do for character name?
I was thinking like a classic Christian name, like John Old. What, you don't like John Old?
I don't know. John Old's a pretty good name. John Old? Is that how it's spelled?
Could do like it could be spelled that way. I was thinking like a J-O-H
like
N-A-L-D. There you go. What is that? Johan.
Yeah,
Johanold?
Gotta mute this. There we go.
Okay.
Alright. Johanold.
No, let's okay, well Johanold's good too. Just do Jonold.
Okay. Jonold?
Yeah.
Alright, fine. Enter. Alright.
Okay. I got it.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. Obviously, you know the answer to this one, right?
I mean, should we do a deprived?
I mean, okay, if we're not doing deprived, we gotta do warrior, because warrior's like objectively the
Right.
best one.
Warrior's actually good, and deprived is
like
funny
memes.
meme. Yeah.
So let's do a warrior, I guess, because we're getting into it. Okay, the real question is, are we gonna do the master key?
Yeah.
Because it's busted. It's so good.
Yeah.
Tiny
I don't know if we'll skip lights on yet, but
we'll have to see how well it runs. Like, if it's complete trash, we're definitely not playing it.
obviously Jubilant Katarina.
Of course, you know, like jubilant.
He's so happy.
He's happy because
not in like a natural way, like those lips were forced up, but
he's excited, like, to start playing this game.
Oh yeah.
Like, he knows what's up.
Too.
He's like, this is gonna be a fun, very relaxing, no kind of stress type deal. You know, just keep going.
See, he's so unwise. He doesn't know what he's getting into.
He has no fucking clue.
Alright, we'll just go with like
Bach's
classic.
Right. I'm surprised. This
Get,
is
like,
before you
can
could
silver
make
in there. Okay.
Was this before you could make the custom characters?
Like customize their face? No, you can do it here.
Okay. Do we want to make him like ugly as shit?
I honestly don't care. Like, we're gonna see. I think the bob is good enough because we're gonna see the back of his head most of the time.
Okay. Well, let's go for it then. We're all good. We're gonna shut the hell up for this opening cutscene because it's great.
Because it's a classic. We also need to get this mouse off.
In the age of ancients,
there we go.
The world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame.
Dude,
Nito, the first of the
I mean,
dead.
his boss fight was like good.
Boss fight's alright.
I mean, it's pretty lame, dude.
If you have
The
trouble
Witch
with it,
of
it's a better
Isaac.
fight.
I mean,
ironically.
And her
Yeah.
daughters of chaos.
It's like his Covenant's cool.
The Lord of
Unfortunately,
Sunlight.
it's like not like good, but it's
Well,
cool.
it's cool. It's a cool concept that they didn't pull off well.
Yeah.
Which sums up the entire Covenant.
Yeah.
And the furtive
They did it better
enemy,
in later ones, and it still wasn't that good.
easily
Yeah.
forgotten.
Yeah.
Maybe someday. Maybe in
Well-
Bloodborne 4, they'll finally figure it out.
With the strength of lords,
What do you have in Bloodborne?
challenge
You
the
don't even have
dragon.
covenants.
You have like just invasion and health, pretty much.
Yes. So no covenants. You can
Maybe
go to
not
that
covenant,
game.
but they might add something similar.
I I don't know. I don't think people like they go to Bloodborne for the more simplistic combat focus.
True, they are trying to bring it back down.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's really good.
it's definitely all my boy.
I mean, well, yeah, we can talk about it as we get into the game, but I definitely have some things to say about Souls combat in general. That I think Bloodborne does some things wrong in being more combat focused.
I think it definitely does things differently.
It does.
Like it has a different it's different theming, different stuff it's trying to go for with it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like it's very much a matter of opinion, but I'm iffy on it. I guess it's a fantastic game, and I do like the combat, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But we're almost here. Here we get to see the Demon Souls guy dead.
This is a very like the city, the design of
That's the looted armor from Demon Souls.
Yeah.
So like this is the Demon
Fluted.
Souls guy. Yeah, sorry, fluted. This is the dead Demon Souls guy. Kind of a nice little nod, and then followed up by like every single nod on the planet with how they designed this game.
Yeah. They
Like-
just exactly.
This game's really only just got a couple nods to Demon Souls.
It is Demon Souls.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. So here we get to meet my favorite guy in the entire game. That's not true. Obviously, my favorite guy in the entire game is Sunbro, but Oscar is
Too
a pretty
easy.
sick dude.
Too easy.
Dude, he's just so cheery.
Yes, indeed.
I mean,
he's a light in the dark, man.
Everybody laughs, though.
Okay, but
Like
not people
everybody,
laugh.
Everybody laughs
but
at you.
nothing's funny.
And
I
in
think it's
this
funny in
land,
some way.
I don't know, dude. We'll have to see.
the
Also, get
undead
to
are
see my
corralled
fucking
and
ugly
led
ass
to the
character.
north.
Now
I
that
love
he's
it.
hollowed.
I love people who haven't played this game. I've seen it so many times where people do their first playthrough and spend a ton of time just adjusting their character, and then you finally realize that this guy is your character. It was like, what just happened?
It's gonna be ugly as shit the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you're
And
gonna
then
get
you're like,
invaded all the
yeah,
time.
exactly. And then they reassure themselves, like, I'm included in this. I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, I'll fix it. Like, I'll get something later in the game to fix it. It's like, no, but it's not permanent. You're gonna die and look like an ass face. Ooh.
Ugh.
Why didn't he just drop the key?
Okay, actually, talking about that, have you seen like you watch Vadi Video?
Yeah, occasionally.
He has like a whole thing on like how items in this world like can only be attached to like bodies or chests.
Yeah, like he stuck the key up his ass and just dropped it.
Because time moves weirdly in Lordran and things unattached apparently just kind of fade away.
Right.
It was like a whole lore thing to it. Like it's probably pulled entirely out of his ass. It's probably because they didn't want to render just the light. But it's still a really cool like lore explanation for it. And then they take a look to your right over here.
Yep.
The like secret Easter egg, I don't know if you can call it, of the boss that you do not fight for like at least like 20 hours.
Yeah, I mean, depending on if it's your first playthrough, you'll probably get through Blighttown or going back.
And you probably won't be able to beat him until at least like past Sun's Fortress.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like he's pretty tough, and he gives a huge reward. The slab is great, but like,
Right. Yeah, that's true.
all right, we just have to deal with this shit weapon for a little bit. That's not good.
It's good.
It's not.
I mean, it's good for now.
I mean, yeah, you can kill the hollows that I literally don't think even have attack animations. The three in this hallway.
They do. They get
Do
they
they?
have punches. It doesn't
Okay.
really do much, but they have punches.
This is this is like in Resi 4, like the couple of enemies before you get to the village. They're like, oh, they're weaker enemies. No, they're not doing anything.
That game is honestly more unkind than this.
Yes.
Like, I think the Asylum Demon, if you're first starting, you'll probably die to him a couple times. The village in Resi 4
It's like 5 to 10 times.
is intense. Yes.
Unless you're like really good at that game.
Yeah. I just completely forgot that you have to go through your first.
So now you get to look up.
Yeah, we can see him before. Yeah.
I think you missed it.
We need the binoculars.
No, I don't think so. I think you just have to be inside the doorway. Oh well.
Whatever.
Whatever.
gonna
Blue
run in
slams,
here.
Yeah. Pro
Ignore
strats,
that boy.
guys.
Oh,
Pro strat, this
That's-
boss is
that's-
a lot easier if you
guys,
wait till later to fight
for
him.
tips, you run through the door when he shows up.
We got 2 people watching right now. Is that my parents and Alexos, or is that Aaron?
That's probably your cats.
Great. Dude, hi, Mom. You gonna equip the shield?
Equip the shield.
Yeah, it's probably gonna help a lot. Throw something in the chat if you're watching. We know who it is. But anyway, so this actually is like a really good tutorial.
It is.
Like,
Well, because it's not obtrusive.
like you can run through it super fast if you've done it before,
Mhm.
and like you don't have to read all the stuff. It's just put on the wall, but it actually teaches you a lot of stuff just by implying it without even having to spell it out. That being said, your first time through this, trying to figure out how to use the menus is a fucking joke.
Yeah,
Like that, they could have done a lot better.
I think what I recall having the biggest issue with when I first played this game was the kick.
Okay, that's still kind of hard to pull off, even if you know exactly how to do it.
Even if you know what to do exactly.
Yeah, fuck you. Hold on. There's your bro. Let's hear him talk.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon.
People
and lose
don't
my
talk
sanity.
about
I wish to
the
ask
voice
something.
actors in this game enough.
You and I
I feel like, you know, they don't say that much, but I love them.
They're pretty good.
So much personality.
Like,
I love Oscar.
There's a lot of them has that small amount of cheese, but like it adds a lot for being there.
Crestfallen Warrior is like a little bit cheesy,
Yeah.
definitely. But his voice is great. It's so
You know,
good.
At least he's not giving you
He goes for
conniptions.
it.
Maketh pilgrimage to the land
Dude, I
which
love
is yours.
conniptions though.
When thou
Give me
ringest
conniptions,
thy
man.
sickening,
Gives me
the
conniptions.
fate of the undead thou shalt.
I don't know, dude.
What?
Well, now you know.
Is his name Hawk?
And I can
in
Deserter?
three?
Deserter?
Yeah,
Hawk?
Hawk. It's spelled with like an E at the
One
end, I
more
think.
thing.
And he also has like a whole quest line that I never did.
An Estus
He'll show up
flask.
later to fight you with the
Another
dragon
thing.
scales or whatever in the area with the.
Yeah. I think I did it, but I had to look up how to do it. I feel like the quest lines in that game are
A lot more complicated.
somehow even more convoluted than the ones in this game.
I think it's because like this game, it's like it's not linear, but like it is.
This game?
Yeah, like it's
No, I don't think it's linear.
it's not very linear, but like
There's an
there is
order
an
it expects
expected
of you.
route,
Yes.
and like there are things that need to happen, and like
Yes.
there's usually only one way through an actual level, like at least like one like main way that's heavily the main way, and so they can kind of usually expect you to go through that. So it's pretty simple to like, oh, you just hit up Siegfried or Siegmeyer on every single stop along the way. You talk to him, you do quest line. It's not easy to miss one of those.
Yeah. No, that's completely fair.
In the later ones, it's like, oh, well, you went here first, and you really need to go to this place first. This does branch, but it branches a lot later, and because of that, like, you can do a lot more of the setup, and then your payoffs are the decisions. Like, for example, Siegfried's, like, end payoff is at the Duke's Archive. Or Siegmeyer's end payoff is at the Duke's Archive, right?
Is
Where
it?
you- no, it's where you find his
Yeah,
daughter.
yes, where you find his daughter. Well,
But, like-
no. His end thing is when you find his daughter in Ash Lake.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, like, Ash Lake is a weird zone at the end of the game.
Yes.
That there's, like, you could, first of all, have never gone to easily.
Uh-huh.
Second of all, like, wouldn't go there at that time. Like,
Right,
for any reason.
yes, that's
But all the setup to get to that end payoff is done pretty much linearly throughout the game. You have to meet each of his quests, you have to meet his daughter, you have to meet her at Firelink Shrine, which you're going to meet at Firelink Shrine.
Yeah.
And then...
I mean, I don't think that necessarily means the game overall is linear.
No, I just think there's a more
say that
linear
about-
path.
Yeah,
There's-
but
there's-
like, you can say that about pretty much every game.
I mean...
That quest lines, even in open world games, have a linear path that you must follow to complete.
I wouldn't say that this is like... I'd say this is like a little bit linear. Like, not very much at all. Like, the level design is not linear at all. There's levels. And there's a lot of parts where you can go to levels in different orders.
Yeah.
But there is like a general linearness to it that does exist for everything.
Right, yeah.
But it's pretty good with that. Alright, so you got like 2 grand in souls. Can you talk to the crows before you go to Firelink?
I don't think so. I can try.
I think it's
It's here, up more.
I think
No,
it's
it's
up
here.
more.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's up more. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Mm. So you can get some sweet loot from them, but you might have to come back. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not now.
It's another weird thing that made into every single one of these games.
Honestly, I don't know why. Or at least I don't know why they really even bothered, especially in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because in Demon Souls, it's
Only
a
in the
pretty
ancient legends it
normal
is
placement.
stated
Like, you can find it fairly easily.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to walk down a certain
undead
ledge.
shall
Whereas here, it's so hidden
Mm-hmm.
by the environmental geometry. I don't know what...
Not only is it hidden by the environmental geometry, it's in a zone that, like, yeah, you go through the tutorial, but coming back to it
Right.
is hidden as fuck.
Yes, yeah, exactly, because you're not
the
really
land of the
thinking about
ancient
exploring that much,
lords.
because you know the area is the same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it was, again,
The
just
Order.
really cryptic Dark Souls bullshit. I
Mhm.
mean, this game, when it came out, was infamous for it, but now it's like,
All been found.
it almost, it almost doesn't seem like that at all,
Mhm.
because everyone knows it at this point.
Mm. So I've played through this game, what, like 4 times? You've
Uh-huh.
played through it, what, at least 5?
Yeah, probably like 4 or 5 times.
It's... But anyway, so Firelink, great hub. Like, I think they did Firelink hub way better than the other ones. Like, I do not like Firelink in 3 nearly as much as I like,
Yeah, no, I agree. Well,
'Cause-
because it doesn't feel part of the world.
It
It
feels like
is-
separate.
And, well, yes, it's an entirely separate map, almost. Because there's no path that leads out of Firelink that connects to the world at large.
You just gotta warp
You teleport
there.
to it. Yeah. Alright, so we'll talk to Crestfallen Warrior.
Okay.
Because he's a good time. We'll stare at the fact that his mouth doesn't move.
What do we have here?
But everybody knows
Great.
that at
Make
this
sure
point.
our face might be covering his
Let
mouth.
me guess. Fate of the undead.
There you go.
right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum.
The fact that they got
Too
the
late
same
now.
voice actor to do a
Well,
different
since you're here,
character
let me
in Dark Souls 2
There
is
are
baffling.
actually
I mean,
2 bells of awakening.
They-
Like
One's up above
it is
and
the
other
same
Yeah.
person,
and he's
and
doing the
he
same
exists
voice.
like 2,000 years later.
in the ruins at the base.
I mean, they do
pretty
the same
good.
thing with Demon Souls, but that
Bring
makes
them
more
both.
sense because it's like
And something happened.
different world.
It's just a voice actor character.
Not much to go on,
That's stupid.
but I have a
No,
feeling
because it's the same
that won't
character.
stop you.
No, he
Don't
lived
pretend
that
it's
long.
not the same character.
It's what he does.
It is why you came.
I mean,
His
first of all, we know he
sadness
doesn't even
carries
live.
him forward.
I mean, if you follow like the main play, he doesn't even live to the end of this game, so
No, it's true.
it can't be the same character.
Everyone gets a pretty unhappy
Fake
end.
this out. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. My bro of the Great Swamp makes it to the end totally.
That's true. Well, he just kind of disappears.
He shows up later, actually, in the Great Swamp.
Oh, wait,
you have to kill him.
Yeah, you do
If you
kill
find
him.
him.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's what I thought.
No, he.
I was like,
what
wait, I'm
about
pretty sure he
Don
dies.
Hall? Doesn't he get away fine? My favorite guy.
Yeah.
My second favorite.
Yeah, that's true.
Solaire, if you take the most like backwards possible weird route ever, then he can be saved. But
Yes. Yeah, you basically have to know his entire plot thread to do that.
it's like Solaire, worth it. But
Yeah.
we're not doing that here. It's gonna take. You have to grind for what, like 30 humanity, or is it 90?
I have no idea. I honestly, I don't even remember, because the last time I did Solaire's questline was like when I first started playing this game.
Alright, so one thing we kind of glossed over during this is like how easy it is to not realize this is the way you're supposed to go at Fireling's Shrine.
Yeah.
Like, there's like so much stuff going on there. There's the stuff that goes downstairs. You can get to a smith incredibly quickly, even though you don't have the materials to do it. You can go down to the fucking area of death that like 100 people fell into.
Right.
You can go to, oh god, what's his name? The Miracles guy?
We can talk to him.
Let's go find out. I gotta remember his name.
Also,
a
it begins with a T,
Dick.
I believe. He's an asshole.
He is like actually the worst guys. Worse than fucking Like Lothric?
No, Lortrek.
Lortrek, yes.
Yeah.
Petrus.
Yeah,
was
Petrus.
his name.
Petrus.
Okay.
I saw. Yeah.
Mm.
See his face and immediately remember.
Mm.
I am Petrus
He's the only other one
Thurland.
who
Oh,
dares
that's why I
to-
was thinking T,
With
because he's
us?
from Thurland.
If
Mhm.
not, I'd
Okay.
prefer to keep
can also
a
steal his
distance,
stuff.
if possible.
So he's just like, why don't you just, like, fuck off, essentially?
Just like his stupid
Hello
male
there.
skirt.
I realize
So
that
dumb.
I have requested that we retain our distance.
And
But
then
I
he
also
immediately
want you to
takes it
know
back.
That it is
He's just
not
like,
an
listen,
like-
I know I
accident.
told you to fuck off.
It's like, my
But-
bad.
This.
Here's $1.
As a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah, exactly.
No,
I have
go
this
ahead.
quarter in my pocket.
It's
Yeah,
me.
it'll do.
Like, come on. Copper coin. Which, is that for the Way of the White, is the coins? Like, I don't, there's one covenant that uses the coins. But I do not recall. We're not doing miracles,
Yes,
by the way, right?
it's Way of White. No,
Okay.
no, absolutely not.
We're gonna, what build do we think we should do? I like Dex build in one. It's the most powerful, and you get a lot of cool weapons.
I'll do Dex. I'm fine with Dex.
Okay. Like, because you can do the big beefy strength build, but it's not as good as it is in the later games. And, it's kind of a lot harder, because the fast roll is so valuable.
Right.
It's so much harder to achieve. I don't think you even start with the fast roll in this game, with this armor set.
No, definitely not. This is standard
Mid-roll?
roll. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think, like, if we get armor to enable the fast roll, we should, like, put it on pretty soon. I always did mid-roll in my PvP builds, because I'm, like, dumb. But it's, I don't know, I think people undervalue the armor value, especially when magic was so OP. If you don't have some armor, you can just get one shot, and the difference between getting one shot and getting two shot is huge.
Yeah, that's true. PP.
But anyways, yeah, like, as you can see, this area is huge, and, like, we know where to go, as we've played through this a bunch of
Most
times,
people
but
do, I think, at this point.
my
Honestly, like, most of the information we're dropping, like, at this point, people know it, I think.
yeah, it's too late.
Especially if they're watching this, like, this is very,
Mhm.
like, simple stuff.
It's too late to be a spoiler, but, like, dude, the skeletons of death, the giant one. Although we could grab the this Y-hander if you want to do the, like, super powerful off the bat build.
Can't even use it right now,
You can't, but you can
Can't two-hand
two-hand. You can two-hand it in, like, what, 2 levels?
baby.
So if you
I
get
don't
this,
remember what the stat is.
if you get this Y-hander, you can get like a +5 fires Y-hander, super fast. If you go down and kill, oh god, this is a pinwheel, and get to the smith.
Well,
down
and
there.
yeah, and get Rite of Kindling,
Yeah.
which is very useful.
So it's like it's very hard, but you can get
Oh, you
nice.
people.
You can get stupid powerful, stupid fast.
Yeah,
doing
for
it like
sure.
that. I don't think we necessarily need that. We know what's up pretty well. Are you gonna do any magic in the build?
You know, I might do sorcery just for cast light
Okay.
for Tomb of the Giants.
You can get the hat do it instead. It's sad for
Solaires.
the bug hat.
Yeah, no, that's hard to get.
I mean, it's just a drop.
Yeah, but you have to go through his whole quest
Gotta
line.
do, but like, if you just do Lost Izalith before you go down there, not that big of a deal. Like, you just do it in
Suppose
whatever
that's fair.
order. No, and my
Hey.
least favorite enemy in the entire game.
Why is that?
Because I've never been able to kill him.
Oh, really? You just like, well,
Like, he's not a boss, so I'm not too worried about it, but
you
like...
can
just...
you can cheese him with arrows, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, I'm not doing that.
But also, what am I doing?
I'm gonna die here, man.
No, I'm not gonna die. But, ooh! Ooh! What?
Come on, you can do it. So you can cheese him arrows, what else can you do?
Just like, pretty much just swing at his feet is what you do.
I mean, I've tried it, but he's got a really big health pool, even at the end of the game. Like, you just take, like, even if you have, like, pretty good archery, it still takes a while to kill him. It's just boring. And then swinging at his feet...
Oh,
he
it's
has,
definitely
like,
boring, I won't deny that. It's not fun.
He also has, like, a bunch of, like, insta-kill techniques, even late in the game.
Yeah. I think the wooden shield is better.
No, the heater shield is definitely better at this point.
Oh, wow.
It's, like, actually really good. Like, even in
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the mid-game.
well...
And so you get, like, the black or
not-
silver Knight Shield. It's
Knight
one of
Shield.
those. Okay, the Knight Shield is a little better, but it's only got a tiny bit extra in, what's it, Poise? And it's, slightly worse against fire.
Should we get the Uchi?
Yes. Well, you buy some stuff from him first. I love the Uchi Katana as my main weapon. Typically, the Baldur Swag Sword is the best dex weapon, but it's a really rare drop, and we're not going to grind for like 4 hours to try to get it.
Right.
So, that being said, that being said, the Uchi Katana is a pretty good one to go for if going for a dex build. The Ayaito, I think the only other katana other than like the Great Sword Katana, but unfortunately, like, we're not going to do a strength and dex build, so there's no real point. Ooh, you missed the
What?
stab.
Come on.
Kick him.
No.
I also just think the Ayaito has the worst dex scaling.
Jesus Christ.
So if we're going to dex build, the Uchi is definitely the best.
Uh-huh.
I mean, technically the best is the Great Scythe, but I do not like its moveset. Get him. There you go. But he also does sell some, like, really useful stuff, so we gotta be sure to buy that first. Actually, what does he drop when you kill him? He drops the Uchigatana, but does he also drop the key he sells?
Well, now. You see,
I don't think so.
So
Not
we
sure,
should
though.
Buy it first, just to be safe. You guys want to buy some Loy's Talismans?
You guys hear about Lloyd's Talisman?
It's a classic. Lloyd's Talisman is actually, like, the most useful item for PvP. If you're trying to do, like, actual PvP,
Oh,
like
for
being
sure.
a scumbag invader, it's so helpful. Because healing with humanity is awful.
Right.
I think it's in keys.
Yeah, I don't... Well... Yeah, no, I don't
you're
think he
getting
drops that.
if you're getting
I don't think he does.
Yeah. If you're getting sorceries, then you need it to get the guy downstairs, who's your first sorcery cell.
True.
He also sells... His armor set kind of sucks, but I think he sells 1 or 2 good weapons.
Yeah, no, I think we're probably good. Never been...
The reinforced club is, like, actually one of the best strength weapons for scaling, I'm pretty sure.
It's true. Yeah, if you get that up to 15, it's crazy.
And actually, I think it gets a pretty good buff from, like, the elementals without losing too much on the scaling either.
That's true.
So it's very, very good. Let's go...
Yeah, honestly, I'm okay.
Yeah, let's kill him.
Thank you.
He's gonna use the Uchigatana, so he might be actually hard.
I'll teach you.
You know what, honestly, I didn't even remember that he didn't die in one hit. It's been
also,
so long since I've actually killed him.
Is Yulia the sword, or is the cat he's stroking? That's the question.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It doesn't really...
He's
like the least
I do
important
not
character in the
care.
entire game.
Yeah.
It's all you.
Yeah, the orange soapstone, Uchigatana. So we can switch to Uchigatana. Ooh, actually, I don't think we have the stats for Uchigatana.
Yeah,
yet.
no, you need higher dex. I don't know what exactly, but
16, I think.
16.
Okay. So this bonfire is one of my favorite bonfires in the entire game. Just because, like, the kick-down ladder is such a cool piece of design. Like, it ties the entire area together around this one bonfire, and it's still useful, like, into the late game.
Yeah,
it's
no, for sure.
It's useful when you go down to fight the Capra Demon. It's useful when you're doing PvP in the Undead Burg, because it's one of the best spots for PvP. I have no idea if it's still alive at all. I would assume it's almost dead at this point. But, anyway, it's so good. Oh, there we go. I remember when Alexos first played through this game, he did not know, like, the kickdown ladder, so he, like, got there, saw the ladder, he's like, I don't want to kick this. Who knows what that's gonna do?
I remember
and he went
that.
through, like, almost the entire area without figuring out that the shortcut was there.
Yeah.
So we had to go through twice as long. It's insane.
You guys are haggling way out of the range.
I think that's going from inside the house.
Yeah,
upstairs.
that's... I've never seen him come out like that.
I think the trigger is the door, and it just, like, usually they don't make it that far because you're running through. And I know there's a guy that triggers on this door as well, right there. And then there's the chest inside that has like nothing or nothing important in it. There, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's a mimic. Okay, the fire bombs are actually more important than
Yeah.
They're really, really good against the gargoyles and the forest demon.
Right.
And while those are, I don't think we're gonna have too many problems with them. Like for an early player, those are pretty good pickups.
True. Get out of here.
Guys suck. Are you gonna fight the Black Knight?
Sure.
I mean, the like proper way to fight him is like backstabbing him like 6 times.
Right.
And
yeah.
just like get
just exactly what I'm gonna
aggroing
do.
him up here and then like tricking him into continuously backstabbing him, which is pretty boring.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't want to do it, but also I'm wondering if
Don't want to chain backstab him into oblivion.
I'm just like, maybe we don't want to fight him yet because we can get what he drops later. It's not that like he's protecting the ring and okay, if he drops the shield, we definitely want to get it. But anything other than that, from like his drops,
I don't even know if he ever dropped the shield for you.
I think he has. I think
He's
all
dropped
of these
the
have a chance.
sword.
All of these have a chance to drop something random from him, from the Black Knight set.
Oh, okay.
And
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Not the set.
No, like
You
just
can't get any
not
of
the
the set,
armor, not
yes.
the armor, but like the set of weapons, like the Black Knight. If they're using the sword, they have the chance to drop the sword, and they all have the chance to drop the shield if they're holding the shield.
Right. Which
The axe is one that some of the only the axe guys will drop it. The great sword will only get dropped with the great sword guy, which is like, it's really hard to use early, but it's like one of the strongest weapons you can get really fast if you kill great sword guy. But I still would take the shield over any of those any day.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's legitimately the best
definitely.
shield in the game. Oh, I thought you were gonna forget.
Still got hit by it though.
Nice. That trap is hilarious whenever you watch someone play.
It's very hard to forget most of this game.
It's because it's so well designed.
Yeah, its design elements are so outstanding. Oh my god.
No, it's not so great. The hitboxes. One of those things. It's like a Fallout New Vegas. It's like a masterpiece carved out of a turd.
Yup. Exactly.
I don't know. You've also got a humanity, so you can be pretty again next time you go to a bonfire.
Do we want that though?
I mean,
don't.
I think we're playing offline to make sure that our streaming goes well. Also, is our stream down?
Check.
No, it looks like we're going.
Okay.
Try refreshing the stream. See what's up. Alright, there you go. Oh no, yeah, we
No,
good.
we're alright.
Oh, sorry. Looks like a false alarm. Our monitor that we were watching it on, like, crashed. So we're looking pretty good. Oh, we got 2 people watching still. Hi, Mom. Hi,
Pretty
Dad.
sure that's. Yeah.
Mm.
No, I think that's just
It's
my
either-
trash computer.
Either Alexos and Eric, or possibly one of those is my parents is dead. Are your parents gonna watch?
No, I don't. They don't even know what Twitch is.
They don't even care. They're just like, eh.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're just like, your mom's just gonna come down in the middle and just be like, get a fucking job and pour a drink out on her face.
Dude, she's gonna come here.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm telling you, like, she's getting fed up. Passive aggressive
Mom
is gonna
is fed
become
up.
aggressive very soon.
The fact that I don't have a job yet.
Mm.
She doesn't like it.
Not a fan.
Alright, there's.
The lightning stuff helps a lot against this guy, if you care.
I don't.
I think, personally,
Not
I think
against this guy.
yeah, it's actually, like, I think it's easier to just throw the lightning on and then just fight him normally because his moveset is so, like,
Right.
simple,
It's so sad.
than doing this, because there's a chance you
This is
fuck
just
this
like
up.
kind of a classic. I mean,
Yeah. Now he's gonna get, like, he's actually not that hard to fight.
no. Well, it's because you get so used to fighting a ton of them
Mm-hmm.
down in. It's just the camera.
Yeah. Oh,
might be
he's
stuck
trapped.
here.
Oh, he's out. I don't think you go for the ladder. You gotta back off to let him come after you. For Anyway, no, your mom is going to come. What was the actual story that like spawned that joke?
I spawned what joke?
The like your mom doing like crazy get a job stuff.
I don't know.
I love it. It's when the joke comes from somewhere and you have no idea where. Did you stumble?
I honestly.
It's pretty tough to stumble. There's a lot of boys, which is another mechanic that I'm mad. Like, I understand why it's gone, but I wish it was in later games because it actually made PvP a lot more interesting and like give you a greater degree of control.
Yeah, no, dude, poise. Getting rid of that, huge fucking mistake. I don't know why they did that.
Because it's really complicated to understand.
Yes.
Like,
well, no, but that's not a good thing. I love Dark Souls mechanic. So good. I always forget.
If you don't know what poise is, trying to figure out like what it is and like understanding that it's actually more important than any of the other stats on your armor is ridiculous for like a newbie. Like it's also not something that shows up on the fucking like bar when you're swimming through them. You gotta look into it.
Right, yeah. If you don't know what it is, and like don't look it up online, you will never understand that it even exists. That's honestly how that mechanic works.
And that's bad.
That is bad.
They should have done better.
The mechanic
is good. It's such a good mechanic.
Yes, the mechanic is good, and the fact that they got rid of it in 3 was a huge mistake. I
think for PvE, it's not that big of a mistake. I think because what they replaced it with didn't really change that much.
PvE it's a mistake too because no enemies have any poise. You know, like the really tough enemies that you can hit once and they stagger immediately.
It's true.
But
also, isn't it all based on your weapon now? Like your weapon has a hyper armor stat for its animations instead of based on
yeah, like some heavy weapons do.
Yeah,
but that's not. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Because being able to hyper armor just because you have a heavy weapon means you can wear nothing.
All right, careful here, but.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I really, really miss poise. You're fine. I really, really miss poise, but, like, much more so for PvE. It didn't really hurt me that bad losing it for PvE. PvP, though, like, that was a huge
It didn't hurt you, but it hurts the enemies because it makes them way easier.
I think Bloodborne, that was definitely more of a thing. I don't remember.
Bloodborne makes more sense though.
It's true because it's a lot faster combat. And you want to be able to stun lock him. But Bloodborne, like for Dark Souls, the cutoff is like, okay, how many swings does it take?
Yeah.
For Bloodborne, the cutoff is how many stamina bars does it take? Because you can lay out an entire stamina bar into almost every single enemy.
Right.
Whenever you're swinging at them.
Right.
So the only really significant cutoff is can you do it in a single stamina bar or not? Unless there's some of the more ridiculous enemies that have some weird stuff, which. I think, again, it makes sense for the style of gameplay Bloodborne's going for, where it's a lot faster, it's a lot more dodge-related, they don't give you a shield.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Or they do, and they
insult
just like,
you
for
you,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, you want to use a shield?
Yeah. I can't remember what the message says, but it's just like...
Shields are nice, not when they engender passivity.
Yeah, not when they engender passivity. Yeah, you got it.
And they're totally fucking with you. Do you want to spend some of these souls?
How many?
75,000. 7,500, sorry.
Yeah.
If you had 75,000 this early, that would be insane. But like we can probably dump enough decks to use the Uchi at this point.
Yeah.
And I really like the Uchi. It's really good.